HR business partners should be strategic liaisons between HR and the business, helping organizations make an impact. But 57% of C-suite executives see HR as a largely administrative function. This is because HRBPs are getting bogged down in operational activities. To truly lead the business conversation, the role of an HRBP has to become more strategic to help organizations increase their productivity, profitability, and competitiveness. So what should the HR business partner's role and responsibilities look like going forward? Let's find out. Hi, Nelly here. In this episode of Learning Bites, we'll talk about the HRBP, the roles and responsibilities of future-ready HRBPs, and key competencies they need to have. For more detailed insights, check out our full guide on the HR Business Partner, which you can find below. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell and like our video. Let's get started. As we said, the HRBP is the strategic liaison between HR and the business. In other words, they are HR professionals who help align an organization's people strategy with their business strategy. Now, the business world is constantly changing, and so is the HRBP. In recent years, the work of the HR business partner has shifted from being tactical to more strategy-oriented. We predict that this will only continue going forward. So what should the role and responsibilities of future-ready HRBPs look like? Preparing for the future of work and HRM. The HRBP will play a significant role in preparing their organizations for what's to come. Reskilling, upskilling, adopting technology, strategic workforce planning, retooling business culture to fit a digital workforce, and concentrating on the employee experience are all vital parts of HR's future. Being a coach and consultant, HRBPs need to understand how current and future challenges affect the people at their organization. This enables them to stay up to date, communicate effectively with key stakeholders, and provide advice and coaching. Putting business acumen to work. Business acumen is an indispensable competency for every HR professional, and especially for HR business partners. The HRBP connects business challenges to HR activities and outcomes and helps the organization tackle these challenges. Building a competitive organization. HRBPs help the organization successfully compete for clients and employees. That means they need not only an understanding of people, but also of finance and operations in order to build a competitive organization. Empowering leaders. An effective HRBP must empower business leaders to make their own decisions and handle employee emergencies on their own. HR should be a backup for an emergency, not the first stop. And that begins with empowering leaders. Using data to influence decisions. Without data, decisions are based on gut feeling and guesswork. HRBPs use data strategically and are able to track KPIs and use them to drive performance. This includes a strong contextual understanding of the business as well as the relevant local and cultural issues. For example, when the business is looking to open a production facility in Indonesia, you are looking for different data than when you have an attrition problem in your North American facilities. Strengthening company culture and employee experience. Focusing on people and on how cultural transformation can help achieve organizational goals is one of the core responsibilities of future-ready HRBPs. They are also continuously improving the employee experience, as this is crucial for the business success of any company. Now that we've discussed the roles and responsibilities of future-ready HR business partners, it's time to talk about the 4 competencies that every HRBP needs to be effective. Those are data literacy, business acumen, digital integration, and people advocacy. Let's take a closer look. Data literacy. The HRBP needs to understand data interpretation, collection, and creation. Gone are the days where HR could react based on gut feeling. If the HRBP wants to cement their position as the business's strategic partner, they need to be not just a source of data, but a central player in linking data, people, and the business. Business acumen. This competency is not just about understanding finance principles, but also risk, reward, and business outcomes. If an HRBP for a printer manufacturer doesn't understand the printer business, they won't be successful in the role. Something to keep in mind. While most HR skills are transferable from industry to industry, an HRBP needs industry-specific understanding in order to be effective. Digital integration. EY research found that HR business partners spent as much as 86% of their time on administrative and operational tasks. Being able to leverage HR technology will free up HRBP's time, leading to increased efficiency and better business outcomes. Adopting the right technology also improves the digital employee experience, which in turn increases engagement and communication. However, adopting the wrong technology can increase workloads, hinder productivity, and create disgruntled, frustrated employees. It's clear. Digital capabilities are essential. People advocacy. Companies cannot survive and succeed without good people who are treated fairly and rewarded for their good work. An HRBP needs to advocate for employees and push back when needed. Doing this properly protects the business from lawsuits, unwanted turnover, and unhappy employees. Aside from these 4 core competencies, there are other skills that help HR business partners to be effective in their jobs. Here are 3 that you should pay attention to. Stakeholder management. Knowledge of the business's political landscape is always useful. The HRBP should keep track of what others are aware of and the interests and focus areas of different business and HR leaders. Communication and presentation skills. The HRBP is the connection between HR and the business, so it is their responsibility to pick up key signals, dealing with resistance. Once opportunities for HR interventions are identified, HR and the business should collaborate closely to implement these as well as they can. An HRBP can lessen the stress on leadership teams by thinking strategically, planning for the future, and helping to integrate technology into the workforce. To help their organizations become even more successful, HRBPs must continuously learn and keep up with new HR and business development. For a more comprehensive understanding of the HR business partner, download our full guide with the link in the first comment. Do you have more suggestions for HRBP competencies? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time!